Recently, a viral claim swept across social media. AirLLM says you can run a massive 70 to billion parameter AI model on a GPU with just 4 gigabytes of VRAM. At first glance, this sounds impossible, like fitting a jumbo jet into your living room. But what's really going on here? In this video, we'll break down the claim, explore the technical tricks behind it, and reveal the hidden trade-offs. Whether you're an AI enthusiast or just curious about the latest tech buzz, let's dive into the truth behind AirLLM's bold statement. When I first saw the claim, my reaction was pure disbelief. As someone who's spent years battling GPU memory errors, the idea of running such a huge model on everyday hardware seemed absurd. But curiosity got the better of me. How could this possibly work? Was there a hidden trick, or was it just clever marketing? Let's walk through the math and the mechanics to see what's really happening under the hood. A 70 to billion parameter model in half precision, FP16, requires about 140 gigabytes of memory. Compare that to your 4 gigabytes gaming GPU, and it's clear something doesn't add up. It's like trying to fit an entire library into a shoebox. So, what's the secret sauce? AirLLM doesn't load the whole model at once. Instead, it uses a clever layer-by-layer approach, which we'll break down next. Here's the trick. AirLLM only loads one layer of the model into memory at a time. Each layer is about 1.6 gigabytes, which fits comfortably inside 4 gigabytes of VRAM. Once a layer is processed, it's discarded, and the next one is loaded. Think of it as reading a massive book, but only holding one page at a time. You can get through the whole thing, but it takes a lot longer than reading with the whole book in your hands. Imagine you have a 500-page novel, but you're only allowed to hold one page at a time. You can still read the entire story, but you'll spend a lot of time flipping pages in and out. That's essentially what AirLLM does with model layers. It's a workaround that makes the impossible possible, at least on paper. To understand the catch, you need to know how large language models generate text. There are two main stages, prefill and decoding. In the prefill stage, the model processes your entire prompt in parallel, building something called a KV cache, a kind of cheat sheet for faster text generation. This stage is compute-bound, meaning it depends on how fast your GPU can crunch numbers. During the prefill stage, the model takes your input prompt and processes all the tokens at once. This is where GPUs shine, as they're built for parallel computation. The KV cache is created here, storing key information so the model doesn't have to reprocess everything for each new word it generates. This makes the initial stage fast and efficient. Next comes decoding, where the model generates text one token at a time. For each new token, it needs to look at the entire prompt, plus everything it's generated so far. The KV cache helps, but now the process is memory-bound. It's not about how fast your GPU can compute, but how quickly it can move data from VRAM to the processing cores. Here's the real bottleneck. In the last 2 decades, GPU compute power has increased by 60,000 times, but memory bandwidth has only grown 100 times. That's a 600x gap. So even if your GPU is super fast at calculations, it's still limited by how quickly it can move data around. This is the fundamental challenge for running large models on limited hardware. With AirLLM's layer-by-layer method, there's an extra step, moving data from your SSD to VRAM before it even reaches the GPU cores. SSD to VRAM transfer is much slower than VRAM to core transfer. It's like adding a horse-drawn carriage ride before your Formula One race. This extra step is what really slows things down. So, what does this mean in practice? Community reports show that generating a single token can take anywhere from 5 seconds to over a minute, depending on the scenario. For comparison, ChatGPT streams text at 30 to 50 tokens per second. With AirLLM, you're waiting for each word, like you're sending a letter by pigeon. This speed difference is critical. If you need real-time responses like in chatbots or interactive apps, AirLLM's approach just isn't practical. But for offline batch processing, research, or situations where you don't care about speed, it opens up new possibilities. It's not about being fast, it's about making large models accessible to more people. AirLLM is a game changer for students, researchers, and hobbyists who can't afford expensive cloud GPUs. If you're running experiments, testing full precision models, or doing offline batch jobs, this approach is genuinely useful. It's about democratizing access to cutting-edge AI, not about replacing high-speed cloud services. AirLLM isn't just about slow layer loading. It also includes smart optimizations like flash attention for efficient memory access, prefetching to load the next layer while computing the current one, and optional quantization to speed things up. These tricks can make a real difference, sometimes tripling the speed compared to the basic approach. Quantization reduces the precision of model weights, shrinking their size, and speeding up computation. AirLLM supports 4-bit and 8-bit quantization, which can make things run up to 3 times faster. However, for some research tasks, you might want to keep full precision to avoid losing accuracy. So, can you really run a 70B model on 4 GB of VRAM? Technically, yes. The model loads, runs, and produces correct outputs, even in full precision. But there's a big difference between can run and can run usefully. For most real-time applications, the speed just isn't there. AirLLM is perfect for offline batch processing, research, and experimentation. If you're a student or hobbyist on a budget, or you need to test how a full precision model behaves, it's a fantastic tool. For these use cases, speed isn't the priority, access is. On the flip side, AirLLM isn't suitable for chatbots, real-time applications, or production environments where users expect instant responses. The I/O bottleneck from disk to VRAM transfer makes it impractical for these scenarios. If you need speed, you'll still need powerful hardware or cloud solutions. What's most exciting about AirLLM isn't the library itself, but what it reveals about the state of AI infrastructure. The real bottleneck isn't compute power, it's memory bandwidth. This tells us where the next big breakthroughs need to happen in hardware design. Projects like AirLLM and llama.cpp are clever software hacks that work around hardware limitations. They're not closing the 600x gap between compute and memory bandwidth, but they're making large models more accessible. Until hardware catches up, we'll keep seeing creative solutions like these. The so-called memory wall is the main obstacle for AI progress today. Compute power is abundant, but moving data quickly enough is the challenge. Until chip designers solve this, software will keep finding ways to squeeze more performance out of existing hardware. There's something beautiful about these constraints. They force developers and researchers to get creative, finding new ways to make AI more accessible. AirLLM might not replace cloud GPUs, but it opens doors for those who otherwise couldn't experiment with large models. To sum up, AirLLM's claim is technically true, but with important caveats. It's a powerful tool for research and experimentation, not for real-time applications. The real lesson is about the limits of current hardware and the creative solutions that emerge from those limits. As AI models grow larger, the need for faster memory bandwidth becomes more urgent. Until hardware catches up, expect to see more software tricks and creative workarounds. The future of AI will be shaped as much by hardware innovation as by clever engineering. AirLLM isn't alone. Projects like llama.cpp and others are also pushing the boundaries of what's possible on consumer hardware. Each new tool brings us closer to democratizing AI, making advanced models available to everyone, not just big tech companies. Much of this progress is driven by the open source community. Developers, researchers, and hobbyists around the world are collaborating to push the limits of what's possible. Their work is making AI more open and accessible for everyone. For truly real-time, large-scale AI, we need hardware evolution, especially in memory bandwidth. Until then, software will keep finding clever ways to stretch what's possible. The next big leap in AI might come from a breakthrough in chip design, not just smarter code. Even with its limitations, AirLLM is worth celebrating. It gives students and researchers a chance to experiment with frontier models, opening up opportunities that were previously out of reach. That's a win for the entire AI community. Remember, AirLLM proves you can run huge models on tiny hardware, but with major speed trade-offs. It's a tool for learning, research, and experimentation, not for production chatbots or instant answers. The real story is about overcoming hardware limits with software ingenuity. In the end, AirLLM is a testament to the creativity and determination of the AI community. It's not about replacing cloud GPUs, but about making advanced AI more accessible. As hardware and software continue to evolve, who knows what new possibilities will emerge? Stay curious and keep exploring the frontiers of AI.